I don't hate guinea pig people. Yeah, if you're a half guinea pig, half human, wear a guinea pig, don't be offended by this. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my doll collecting channel. Today I'm going to be ranking the American Girl dolls from the least to the most annoying. Now before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. As a disclaimer, this is supposed to be a funny video, so hopefully you'll get a laugh out of it. And please don't take it too seriously. So number 1, the least annoying American Girl in the historical line is Josefina. Josefina is a cinnamon roll. There is literally nothing bad I can say about Josefina. Yes, she has some problems with a goat, but, you know, same thing with me. I hate goats. I mean, I love goats, but I hate goats because goats hate me. There's just this thing, goats, whenever they see me, they act weird. But maybe that's just goats in general. Second cinnamon roll on this list is Addie. Now, Addie has been through some but she still remains very positive, determined to make a better life for herself, and even though freedom is not what she expected, she still tries every day to make her situation better, and she helps her mom learn how to read, and she helps her mom. She's just a very helpful and nice, genuine person. So way to go, Addie. Addie is number 2. Number 3, and I'm a little bit biased because this is my favorite historical character, and that is Marie Grace, or Marie Grace, as I should probably say. Marie Grace is also a cinnamon roll because she's done so many heroic things. On top of having a sweet demeanor, she's also good with children. She's great with children. In her story, she was actually called Marie the Great because she was so good at helping the children in the orphanage. She also was really good at taking care of babies. And she's just a nice, genuine person who likes caring and helping for others. So yes, Mary Grace is number 3 on the least annoying. Julie is another character that I find the least annoying. She sticks up for herself when she wants to be on the boys basketball team and when she tries to do her passion, which is basketball. But genuinely, I don't think there's a mean bone in her body. She's very accepting of people who are different from her, like Ivy, and I forget the girl's name, but she does become friends with the girl who's deaf, and she goes out of her way to become friends with her and learn how to be a good friend. And I can't remember if she learns sign language, but she does defend this friend a lot, so she is just a cinnamon roll. So we have another one of my favorites, and that is Nellie O'Malley. Now, Nellie O'Malley is a friend of Samantha, and again, like Addie, Nellie has been through some but still, she is positive. She gets up every day and tries to improve her situation. She's a great sister for Bridget and Jenny. And overall, I feel like Nellie is just a pure cinnamon roll. Next, we have Melody. And Melody is another example of a cinnamon roll. Again, she sticks up for herself, but she's very sweet and she's shy. And she, you know, struggles to sing in front of other people, but she always sticks up for herself. She's just so sweet. I love Melody. And yes, I've been meaning to get her in my collection. I've been saying that probably for a year now, and people are calling me out in the comments saying, when are you gonna get a Melody? And I will do it eventually, I swear. Again, I want all the historicals. I love them so much. Next, we have Kit. And this is where the line starts to become into annoying territory. Definitely stands up for herself. And she's very helpful around the boarding house where her family and mom is working. So she is very helpful. So that is not annoying. But on the other hand, she gets herself into some adventures, like I think it was Kit Saves the Day, where she's going on a railroad track. And like, if her mom found out about this situation, I feel like she would give her mom a heart. Linnea is borderline cinnamon roll. Yes, she's very helpful and sweet, but sometimes, I don't know, man, I'm just getting these vibes from her that she would stir up some trouble. And you're probably like, have you read Linnea's stories? We're not talking about me right now. We're going off the vibes here. We're just going off the vibes because I have totally 100% read Linnea's stories. Totally have. Just don't ask me anything about it. Next we have Kaya. And again, this is getting into a little bit of the more annoying territory. So, Kaya is a horse girl, and that's annoying. Felicity is next on the list. She's also a horse girl. That also makes her annoying. For all intents and purposes, that was a joke. Next, we have Emily. Now, Book Emily is a cinnamon roll. But, you know, a lot of people know the American Girl is better from the movies, and movie Emily is not a cinnamon roll. Movie Emily is a freaking liar. She's like, oh yeah, I live in Bennett Manor, when she didn't. Just straight up lies to Molly. And then Molly's like, I don't like this girl. And they're like, why? Why don't you like her? Because she's a freaking liar. So glad that this didn't happen in the books, because Emily is one of my favorite characters in the American Girl line. She is a very special doll to me because she's the first doll I bought with my own money. So Emily has a special place in my heart. So Book Emily is a cinnamon roll. Movie Emily is evil. Claudie is like the middle. Like, she's kind of annoying because she's like, I need a new talent. I need to be special. I need to be different from everybody else. But then also she like raised money to help, you know, the rent at the boarding house. And she's dealing with a lot of stuff. So Claudie, I feel like, yeah, she's a little bit annoying, but she's good at heart. So way to go, Claudie. Next we have Caroline. Caroline's very similar to Claudie. She does great things to save her dad. But when I remember some of her interactions that she would have with some of her cousins, I believe, I was just like, man, you're kind of immature. And you're probably like, yeah, because she's 9 years old. Which is true. And I probably shouldn't be bullying kids on the internet for views. But hey, you're the one who clicked onto this video. Next we have Cecile. Now, I like Cecile. You probably know that Cecile is in my top 3 American Girl characters. However, she is just a teeny tiny bit self-absorbed. And maybe I'm making that broad assumption because she wants to be a singer who tours across Europe. Next we have Rebecca. And Rebecca's annoying because she's a theater kid. Next we have Ivy, and if you've seen, and again, book Ivy is different from movie Ivy, but if you've seen the movie Ivy, which doesn't make any sense, because Ivy's a best friend character, and yet Julie's movie on Amazon Prime is about Ivy. Like, the whole story is about Ivy wanting to go to this gymnastics competition while her family is, you know, gonna be celebrating Lunar New Year. So, like, that's literally the premise of the movie. And Julie's the main character, and they don't even make Ivy anymore. Ivy was retired by the time they released this movie, so I don't know why they made an Ivy movie. But Ivy in the movie was just... I feel like she didn't, like, respect her family. Like there's always going to be gymnastic competitions. But your family, like, I was going to say family's forever. But family's not forever because people die. And sorry to bring down the mood, but, like, that's something you're going to appreciate when you're older, because you're going to realize that your family might move across country. They might pass away of a sudden illness, and you're really going to miss them. So you should really be focused on spending as much time with your family as possible, because you're going to miss the days when you could do that. And again, sorry to bring down the mood, but it's the reality. Next we have Elizabeth. And Elizabeth is annoying because she's like me, okay? And my self-confidence in myself is not really that high. So I'm gonna make fun of her when really I should be making fun of myself. I don't know. She just kind of has these vibes of just, you know, being perfect all the time. Which, you know, that's probably what people think of when they say me. Wow, that was supposed to sound like self-deprecating, but that actually sound like I was like self-inflating, if that's a term. Kind of, now that I say it out loud, self-inflating sounds like when you eat too much Thanksgiving dinner and you just kind of like blow up like a balloon. Like in that Harry Potter movie. Samantha kind of whines a lot, and she's very entitled, like, especially since she hid Nellie and her sisters in the attic of her aunt and uncle's house. Like, that feels like kind of entitled, being like, yeah, I don't own this house, but you can, like, live in it. That's kind of like entitled. Even though it was like, you know, like, for the greater good, but it just shows entitlement to me. But hey, if everyone behaved well, it wouldn't make great stories. Next we have Kirsten, and I totally forgot this happened in the Kirsten stories until someone pointed this out to me. When I pointed out, I don't know, I talked about the person who's final on this list and how I thought she was the most annoying. And someone's like, well, Kirsten literally... didn't she light the house on fire or something? Which I do vaguely remember that happening. Now, I almost lit my house on fire the other day because I had a lighter explode when I was trying to light a candle. So maybe I'm really annoying, but I don't know. Next we have Courtney, and Courtney owns a guinea pig. And have you ever met somebody who owns a guinea pig who wasn't annoying? If you own a guinea pig, please don't unsubscribe. That would be really sad. I need the subscribers. I just reached 2,000 today, and I kind of want to keep it that way. So, again, that's another joke. I don't hate guinea pig people. Yeah, if you're a half guinea pig, half human, wear a guinea pig, don't be offended by this. First is Ruthie. Ruthie's annoying because she's rich during the Depression and she can't relate to Kit's situation. Now, I have an unpopular opinion about Kit because Kit, they say, oh my goodness, Kit is so poor, and then they show either in the movie or in the books her living in this massive house. And I'm like, what? Anyways, we're supposed to feel like Kit is the poor character. And then Ruthie shows up and she's like, I like princesses. I like fairy tales. And she's just like unempathetic to what Kit is going through. And Kit is going through a lot, okay? I like pretty things. Like, shut up, Ruthie. Anyways, let's move on. Next we have Molly. Now, I called Molly annoying in one of my other videos. And let me say a lot of people were offended by that. So let me explain why I think Molly is annoying, and then I'll explain to you why people think that is an incorrect opinion, which is fine. It's the internet. You can believe whatever you want. And I kind of changed my opinion too after people told me this. So that kind of helped me grow. But I'm still going to call her annoying for the sake of this video. So I was talking about the scene where she would refuse to eat the turnip because she didn't want to try something new. And then she literally waited all evening for her mom to come home from work. And you know what? The way I viewed it was, I was like, this woman who is her neighbor has come and cooked her a meal. And she's refusing to eat it. And I was like, that's quite rude, because this person worked really hard during the war, and that stuff's expensive, and to be respectful. That's my opinion. But other people were pointing out in the comments that what if Molly has some sensory issues and she doesn't like the texture of the turnips? So that's a valid argument. So, you know, I don't really know what this point is, but I thought Molly was really annoying before, and then somebody pointed out that she might be going through some stuff. But there has been other times in the stories that, I feel like Molly doesn't understand the gravity of her situation being in the war and not being able to do things like have a princess birthday party. But then again, I feel like with recent events, like the pandemic, some adults don't realize the gravity of the situation and believe that everything should just go along hunky-dory. So maybe Molly is not that different from even adults that live in our generation. Okay, number 1. And this is one of my favorite dolls, but oh boy, she is annoying. And that is Maryellen. And the reason I find Maryellen annoying is because she is impulsive. And she just decided to paint the door, I think it was red. She just decided to paint the door red because she wanted to be different and she wanted to stand out compared to the neighbors. That is insanity to me. Yes, I did something very similar when I was a kid, and I literally was talking to her about this with my mom, how I stole some markers and stickers that my brother got at a birthday party in a goodie bag. The next night, I stole that goodie bag and then drew all over my Cabbage Patch dolls and put stickers all over their face because I wanted to pretend that they were at a carnival getting face paint. The next day, my parents were like, or I think I told my parents, I'm like, I did this. And my parents were like, why'd you do that? First of all, you stole the stuff from your brother, and then you just painted on your Cabbage Patch Kids dolls, which you're not supposed to do. My parents were like, never draw on the walls, never do this stuff. They were very strict about that. And I just this is the one and only time that I did in my childhood. And I just started bawling because I knew I had messed up. And I was so impulsive. And I think my parents saw the remorse because I don't remember them getting too mad at me because I just kind of got so mad at myself. So yeah, I did stuff like this occasionally as a child, but I don't remember being 9 years old. I don't think I would go out of my way to paint a door that, do you know how expensive doors are? They're $100 for inside doors, but I don't know how much an outside door costs. Probably more than $100. Doors are expensive. And, she got paint everywhere, and then I think she burnt the brownies, and, she just... Girl, why'd you do that? Make sure to leave your comments down below who you think is the most annoying. And again, this video was supposed to be funny. This was supposed to be for laughs. Of course, we all love and adore these characters, and this is not going to stop me from trying to collect all the historicals because I do love them all. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and make sure to follow my TikTok and Instagram.